I know. I was giving it a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, guess what?
What?
We're back.
Again.
Oh, also.
This is episode 2, not 1.
I know. I found my sunglasses.
A year later. Were they in your bag?
They were here.
Oh,
I left them here.
That makes sense.
And I look under the desk and I'm like, oh my gosh, those are my sunglasses. And Ben's like, are you sure? I'm like, are they knockarounds? Sure enough, I line them up. Yep.
I mean, the pink
thing.
ones are pretty cool.
Yeah, pink ones are pretty sick. They'll stay around for sure.
Yeah. Especially with imagine rocking the pink sun shirt.
Yeah. No, that'd be sweet. We got a lot to talk about today. Not
I
everything.
wouldn't say a lot.
Not a lot, but we have some stuff to talk about, and some of it's going to be real quick, some of it's going to take a little longer. But yeah, that's what I got.
I'm down for it.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm sore.
I am too. Start here. Base camp went on last weekend.
Did. Down in Moab. It's a temporary course. It's not temporary. There is a course down there.
Yeah.
But I think the tournament layout is like a temp layout that
Yeah.
they do.
They do 26 holes,
Can I go get a
3 rounds. I'm pretty sure. Is it 3 rounds or 2 rounds?
It's 2 days. Let's see. I have it up on here. First round, lunch. Second round. So, yeah, 3 rounds.
3 rounds. We don't have official scores or anything, but we do have some insider info.
Yeah, everything was done on paper.
Yep. Which I think is sick.
We played in a tournament like that out in Colorado.
Yeah.
Where everything had to be done on paper because of
Wi-Fi. and no
not having service in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
Which is cool, but kind of a pain sometimes too, trying to put scores in.
Yep. But in MPO we had Mr. Brock Shepard taking it down, 1 stroke over Lane Jensen.
Yeah.
We don't know overall scores.
Chandler does. No, I don't. Well, Chandler has an idea of overall scores.
Yeah, we would love them. Okay. And then Houston Finch
That throws count.
over 26 holes,
There.
shot 19 under.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Course record? Wow. That's insane.
Get a special showing of the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Yep, Ben Marloff.
I'm actually airdropping into Ian because he's popping up. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't have an iPhone. I'm cooler than you guys. So.
And then for this, for another round, people, we had Derek Thomas win MA40. Cody Chamberlain won MA2. I'm still waiting on this airdrop that isn't coming through. Look, I could be a rapper.
No, you can't.
No, I can't. Ben, I don't see it. It's screwing me over.
It's all good.
But base camp, I've heard, is one of the best, fun.
It's an extreme. It's more of an outing than it is a tournament.
Yeah.
It's more of hey, we're going down. We're camping for 2 days. We're all gonna go out and have dinner at the campsite and hang out. It's very much more of a community thing than it is I'm trying to go down there and win tournaments
Sure.
and get my ratings and everything else.
Sure.
It's also extremely unique because of how the terrain is down there.
Yeah.
Playing in the desert.
You're literally scrambling.
Don't bring any
half the
discs. You're
time.
not afraid to
Yeah, I
get
got it.
dented
Thank you, Ben.
because your discs will get shredded on those rocks.
Tuesday Dubs is back.
As of when?
Right now. That's why he's running out of here.
Well, thanks for the invite, Ben.
It's on Salt Lake Tower.
Thanks for the invite, Ben.
It's not my thing.
It's always your thing. Even if it's not your thing, it's your thing.
That is true. You do run the disc golf scene in Utah now. You realize that?
I just love.
You realize that, right? We love Infinite, but where's my Infinite tournament?
Huh? We're talking about that later. Don't
Yeah.
you worry.
I
Calm
threw
down.
it. I threw him a few times.
I have not.
I did
thrown
not throw
yet.
the mid.
Spicy
The
meatball.
mid.
I was working
There you
all
go.
day.
There's your results.
Yeah, I got it.
Good
Thank you.
deal.
See you,
Miss you
Ben.
too. I love you.
We need to talk later.
We need to talk later.
We need to talk later.
Is this what Ian was telling me about earlier?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
All in. I'll help however I can.
All right.
Okay. Sec. Yeah. Bust her down for you. Okay. This is gonna be really confusing.
Gimme.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Are these?
I believe they're in order.
Overall, yeah, they should be in order. So MP40, Chris Norman, assistant TD, taking down MP40.
Yep.
Uh,
That's
we
all
got-
MP40.
That's all MP40. FA1 was Olivia Lance and Brittany.
Our mentor Trout.
Yeah,
Sure.
Afton taking down FA2.
Good job, Afton.
MA40, Derek Thomas taking it down.
Yep, we talked about that.
Yeah. Jacob Beach, MA1 winner.
Sick.
Followed by Craig Bennett, who was only one stroke behind, and Matt Davis, one stroke behind him for third.
Sick.
Let's see. MA2 guys, Cody Chamberlain taking it down.
Casey Turner in third. Houston Turner in fourth.
Yep.
They shot the same score.
Jackson taking second place. And then
FPO.
FPO Rachel Mello taking it down. And Michelle Sagboy, only 2 strokes behind.
Nice.
And then Katie, I don't know how to say her last name. Katie
We're not gonna try. Sorry.
finishing in a third.
Cool. Is that everything?
That's everybody that I have here
on
that,
the
that Ben sent us. So
sweet. Cool. Well, hey guys, good job down at base camp. I would love to do that tournament one day.
yeah,
I
unfortunately we work in the winter right now.
Yeah, we work at a ski resort, and it's hard to get weekends off, especially
Well-
right now. Especially with
I did have this weekend off.
starting now, though, it's like spring breakup for everyone else.
Oh,
so it's
trust
just,
me, I know.
It's gonna be chaos.
It's a madhouse up there right now.
But yeah. So base camp people, congrats on going down there. I hope it was a good time. I would love to come join you sometime. Doug Smith, who was out in the Colorado tournament with us,
Yep,
was the director, and he's been doing that for a while, I believe.
he has. We've played a few rounds with Doug now.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
Really good guy. Really good guy. And
Love Doug.
yeah. So, moving on, shall we?
We got Tuesday dubs apparently.
Tuesday dubs, local non-Elevate Utah leagues, non-sanctioned leagues are starting to pop back up. Tuesday's dubs is back.
Yep. Tunnel Runners is doing Sunday schools.
Yep, which will be like I think really awesome. I'm gonna go play River Bottoms tomorrow, shoot 20 over, and still have a better rating than I do now.
Probably.
Somehow because of the wind.
Start really stable.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Or
throw
tailwind
beefcakes.
really flippy.
Yeah. Which is super exciting. So if you wanna, by the time you're seeing this, I don't know, are we putting this out tonight or tomorrow?
Probably tomorrow.
Okay. By the time you see this, it's too late, but I hope to see you guys at River Bottoms yesterday. Okay, Go Throw Tour. You didn't watch any.
I didn't get a chance to watch any. I was kind of busy skiing and doing stuff. I don't even know what I did this weekend. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you right now. But
Um,
it looked like an interesting event.
Yep.
Gannon taking it down.
Yep.
However, there were quite a few touring pros, but I would say only like 3 of the top 20 were there right now for that event.
Yeah, and like the thing with that course in particular,
It looked
Like,
like a real mean course.
okay,
And playing
here
in the mud.
the front 9. Here's how I would describe the front 9, just from watching.
Yeah.
Is you take the Wonder,
Yep.
you make it longer, and you make it tighter.
Yeah, that's just... And that gets kind of fluky, it feels like.
Yeah, it does a little bit. I did not watch all of the back 9. I watched Gannon put his par in to win. But yeah, it seemed like a fun tour or a fun event. Gannon in first place, 11 down total. Emerson, second place, 2 strokes behind. Raven, 1 stroke behind Emerson.
Nicolas Santala in 4th.
And then we Austin Turner rounding out our top 5.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd say out of like the top 20 touring males right now, you have Gannon, Nicholas, and Isaac.
Yep.
And that's about it. You
Conrad's
have notable,
in there, but he didn't play well.
Well, and you have like notable names like James Conrad, Matt Bell, Austin Turner, Emerson Keith, but I don't think they've ever been ranked higher than like 30
Yeah.
overall, right? Like they usually kind of fall a lot lower down. So Gannon finishing only 2 strokes ahead of Emerson kind of feels a little like that tournament seems like it would have been real fluky
Yep.
I did, however, really appreciate the coverage that they did put out,
Yeah.
because a lot of that is like more content, more people watching disc golf and being able to see it and everything else.
And it's something other than like the PDGA. It's another,
Yeah.
you know, it's another channel to go find it on. It's another website to go look at.
Well, and I think unless there's like big tournaments coming up, it is a good weekend to like get out and throw. It's like, oh, we had a week off in between Texas Swing because Waco doesn't start until this weekend.
Yeah.
So it's like I had a weekend off. We've played Waco 100 times. We know how Waco plays.
Yeah.
Like I can get out and play a different tournament. Maybe get some of those bag issues figured out throughout the
Sure.
beginning of the year. If you're like, hey, this isn't working, I need to change something up.
Sure.
You can kind of figure that out in a tournament setting. But I think unless they start getting more pros willing to play in these events, they'll kind of fall into more of that like Corn Ferry Tour type thing when
Sure.
it comes to like the PGA.
Yeah.
It'll be like the, hey, if you think you can make it up with the pros, come out and play.
Sure. I think it's a good thing for. Overall, I think it's a good thing for the sport.
Yeah.
The coverage was when you could actually see what was going on, and there wasn't a trillion trees in the way.
Yeah.
The coverage was amazing. It really was.
Yeah.
I was really this is what shocked me a little bit is they did a skins match before, and then they only played 2 rounds.
Yes. When they didn't they have a beat the pros
Yeah, something like
kind
that.
of thing too?
Yeah. So it's only 2 rounds of like competitive play.
Yeah.
Obviously skins are competitive, but it's more of a fun kind of thing. And then we just have other things like that going on. I think it's good overall. It's not sanctioned,
Correct.
which is I think a little different. I wonder if like more people are going to be starting to go there and like
I think it's hard because it's like a lot of pros, at least, like, or even if you're not a pro, a lot of people are focused on ratings.
yes.
As much as you don't necessarily want to always be, like, sometimes people's contracts are ratings based.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if you're not 1,000 rated, you're not part of the pro team or whatever.
Sure.
So I think having unsanctioned events is kind of hard to, like, commit to playing a weekend for something that doesn't count towards.
Sure.
Like, it might prove something to you internally, but it doesn't help you kind of gain further in
Yeah.
playing those, like, high-end tournaments
And
against people
you
for your
could,
ratings.
like you said earlier, it could be like, oh, I just need to go out and throw this weekend in a competitive mindset, but not care about a rating as much.
Yeah.
To maybe help those people who have like, they're close to 1,000 rated and they just need more time on the course.
Yeah.
You know. So, very interesting. Before we talk about this anymore, I just want to mention FPO before we forget.
Yes.
Cat Merch took it down at even overall. Shot 2 even rounds. Rebecca Cox was 5 behind. Olivia.
Maria Leva.
Thank you.
Bo.
And Allie was 1 behind Rebecca,
Allie
and then
Smith.
Allie Smith was +8. It looked like a tough course.
Oh, yeah.
It looked really tough. So.
We'll
But-
see. We'll see how the next events start to pan out, if people are more interested in it or not. It was you did have to pay to go spectate it.
Ooh.
It's $25 a day or $45 for the weekend. Yeah. So for an unsanctioned event where it's like not even half the pros are at it, to pay to go to that is kind of it seems like a stretch for disc golf.
It does. I think I'm okay with the paywall, but it doesn't need to be $25. It could be like 5.
It could be $25 for the weekend.
Yeah.
You know.
15 a day or 25 for the weekend, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something to keep it like affordable and like.
You still get
You
a
know,
chance
us
to get
the-
out and see those courses and
Yeah.
pros play, but it's not the same level.
Yeah. Us as disc golfers, not a lot of us are making good money, and very few of us that are off the tour are actually making money disc
Yeah.
golfing. Like, besides content and the pro tour, like, there really isn't that many jobs in disc golf.
That was something else I saw too, not to sidetrack, but
Sure.
did you watch Simon's vlog from the tournament last week.
I did not. I keep meaning to, and it keeps popping up on like go watch it. But
So
I've been-
he mentioned that his filmer was not allowed to follow him during the rounds. They
Oh.
can only film on a phone. So the PDGA was like, "Hey, no cameras are allowed
I
for like him doing his vlog stuff and everything else during the tournament."
yeah. There is also another YouTube channel that won't let vlog anymore. Like, cause they were
Like using their
yeah. See if this is special. I think it's Disc Golf World.
yeah.
Disc Golf World. They are not allowed to.
They don't have access.
They don't have
anymore.
access. Yeah, like PDGA denied them of Disc Golf World. Hold on.
Yep.
Yeah, so Disc Golf World has been denied media access from the DGPT, Disc Golf
Yeah.
Pro Tour, which I don't love unless like we don't have a Masters, right?
Right.
We don't have like the Masters in golf. They're not allowed to film.
Right.
Like no one's allowed to have their phone out and film. They're
Right.
supposed to be there. Which my roommate, he went to the Masters and he said like they could take photos with like cameras, but no videoing.
Yeah.
And he has like an old film camera that he took,
Yeah.
and he was like, honestly, it made the experience so much better because you
on that kind of scale, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you have to be focused on what's going on.
yeah, but we don't have that in disc golf, and I think
No.
the more eyes and the more lenses we get on this sport, the bigger it's going to be in the long term.
Yeah,
And
we shouldn't be keeping people away from being able to put out media and content for disc golf
yes,
until it's like a well accepted thing amongst everybody.
until we're on ESPN every
Yeah.
weekend,
Yeah,
and ESPN bought the rights to go film.
yeah.
You know, that's a different story. So
But I thought that was interesting.
it's very interesting. So
Yeah, hey, come up to Brighton. I'll be hiding in the woods with our camera. Just-
yeah, we'll see in a year and a half when U.S. Women's is here.
yeah,
So
we'll be out there hiding on chairlifts, just
yeah,
getting some long range content.
I'll be in the tree where you can see half the course from one tree and just bing
Yeah.
bing bing. Oh god.
Oh, look! Ian looks to the right. Oh, hey, there's my disc.
Yep. Do I have any distant trees at Brighton right now?
Not at Brighton. I have a few at Solitude.
Yeah.
Hole 6. Big
Yeah.
downhill.
I do have one in a tree at Solitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere over on the right side of hole 18.
Yep. Oh, there's a lot on 18 somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah, more eyes. It's always better. Is it the hype that we wanted?
I think it's the hype that kind of expected. Like, I wish it was a little bit more. I wish there were more pros excited about it and everything else. I think it will have a good response on YouTube. Like, it already has a lot of views.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it will necessarily get the kind of reaction that we're looking for, because I don't think it makes a big enough boom against the Disc Golf Pro Tour
Sure.
and like them filming in their tournaments and everything. It doesn't cause enough commotion yet.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Totally.
To disrupt it and be like, hey, you guys need to start doing better.
You know, there's not a lot of money on the line
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe there will be someday. Maybe, you know, the first. Do we have $1 million tournament where someone gets?
No.
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 When we get that first $1 million tournament, and if it's go throw, like that's when
Yeah.
things are gonna change. If it happens, we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else on go throw?
Excited to see more, but
Yeah, I'm very excited to see more. Website. Could not figure it out.
yeah.
It's you guys at GoThrow, please like make your website a little more family friendly.
Make it just easier to find the content and be like, hey, we're doing this on UDisc. Maybe add a UDisc link.
Yeah.
Like their live scoring wasn't live at all, apparently,
Yeah.
from what I heard.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, yeah, they need to figure that out, the logistics of it a little bit better.
Yep. Totally agree. But I am excited to see we have what 6, 7 more of those. One's up in the Pacific Northwest, and then
I think there's 6 total, isn't there?
yeah.
So there might be
There's-
5 more.
I'm excited. It's something different. It's Luke Humphreys working,
Yep.
all that stuff.
It's OTB skins.
Yeah.
They're still doing their skins. They're still doing stuff, but
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
Yep. Okay. Moving on.
Yeah?
Okay. This is something I was really interested in and really wanted to talk about. For no particular reason, but I just feel like companies do things differently, and Discraft's doing things the same way. As in,
They don't need to do anything different. That's the biggest thing.
yeah,
They kind of own so much of the market. I feel like
yeah,
they don't actually have to do much to be like, oh, hey, we're better because of this, or we're coming
Yeah.
out with this new mold, or we're doing this. Like,
yeah,
they just have so many pros, and they're so well known.
yeah. So the reason I bring this up is because Ledgestone has released the 2025 Discraft Tour Series discs.
Yeah.
And
From the Florida event.
is that what it's from?
Yeah. SFO.
Oh, yes. SFO leftovers. Thank you. So, my thing with this is all of these discs that we're seeing come out of Discraft for their 2025 Tour Series is the same disc for every single pro from last year.
Yeah.
Paul Macbeth Luna. Let me go through them all, and then we'll talk about it. Paul Macbeth Luna, Chris Dickerson Buzz, Adam Hambone Zone, Ricky Force. That's new just because Ricky's on the team.
Correct. Who was the force last year?
Corey Ellis. Thank you. I can remember his face, but I can never remember his name. Ezra Robinson Buzz SS. He's new to the team, so new disc. AB Venom. Aaron Goss Raptor. Paige Pierce Drive. Presnell Swarm. Valerie Mondahano Scorch.
Hey, you said it right.
Thanks. Cap Rap, Paul Uleberry. Vulture Holland Hanley. Ezra Nuke.
Yep.
Now, I know we've had a lot of Tour Series discs, throughout the years, and we do see repeats of them.
Mm-hmm.
We see Philo Destroyers. We see Calvin Toros, right? We see these come and go, right?
Yeah.
But for Discraft to be pushing the same disc as they did last year in just a different...
It's what, like swirly rim plastic?
It's their Tour Series Z Swirl.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same disc as last year. Now, a few of these make sense. Ezra's known for his Nuke. Paul's known for his,
Luna.
his Luna.
I don't,
But, like-
I don't think they really had a reason to change it up, is the thing.
Okay.
It's more so just, and we see this with every kind of manufacturer where it's like they're just going to put out their Tour Series discs. They might come out with new plastics and things like that, but nobody's really done that much different. Think of like Kristen's discs, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's never changing from the Grace. Like, she's always had a Grace.
Yeah.
They've just kind of come out with, their orbital plastic or whatever they
Sure.
want to call it, which is the same thing as Swirl.
Yeah.
And I don't think that a lot of people will change. I just think that if you liked it last year, you might buy it this year, but if you didn't like them last year, it's the same disc.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need for it.
Sure.
So, and there's plenty of people that are looking for, the Ezra Nukes or a Swarm, and they're just like, oh, I'll buy it because it's Presnell Swarm.
Yeah.
He won.
And I think that's great and all, but if I was a disc, this is me personally, if I was a disc company, Discraft, Innova, MVP, whatever it is, I would want my players to have a Tour Series, and then the next year, hey, what else do you like?
But then you're changing up so much for everybody. You're being
Yeah.
like, cool, do you guys, I mean, are they going to come out with different discs? No. Nobody's going to
No.
have a Tour Series Athena. Nobody's going to have a Tour Series,
But, like, think of Ezra. What does Ezra love throwing? Ezra Aderhold, Charlie SS. Things like that.
Yeah,
Paul Macbeth Luna.
it's not a
or-
big seller for them.
Sure.
They're gonna sell their marketable discs,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't be like, hey, Simon, you know what you need to throw? You need to throw the teleports. And everybody goes, Well, we already got the fission dimensions from Eagle. Why would we need a teleport? Like,
Yeah.
it's another 14 speed that nobody buys. Or like the Energy, which is the most overstable disc known to Earth,
Yeah.
except for the Tilt.
Sure.
Like they're not selling a whole bunch of energies and just throwing Simon's name
Sure.
on it. When
And I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But
so
like,
what
these
would
are
you
the-
do other than like swap people between like
well, not
Ricky
every,
Raptor and then switch Goose to
yeah,
the Force?
Not everyone needs to be thrown. Like, I know Discraft has a lot of discs, and people throw different discs. Everyone has different styles, right?
Yeah.
Different hand feels. But like, we don't need like Paige makes sense for her drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she helped design that disc,
Right.
right? But what about her putter? The
Nobody
Focus
likes a Fierce.
or a Fierce, or
Chandler, when was the last time you threw a Fierce?
Plead fifth.
Yeah, exactly.
right? That's just
It doesn't. It also, again, it doesn't sell.
that's, okay.
That is the goal of disc golf right now in manufacturers is
Yeah.
to move plastic,
Yeah,
and you move plastic by taking your best-selling discs and throwing pros' names on them, so that people that already have 7 zones see the Adam Hammis one and go, oh, I like Adam Hammis and I like zones.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'll get an Adam Hammis one.
yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I'm just a little frustrated by it.
Yeah,
Because I would like to see a Paul Macbeth Luna.
they do make Paul Macbeth Lunas.
Or not Luna. A Paul Macbeth Athena. Or, where's AB's Sagara? Why isn't that his Tour Series disc?
Because he
Things
doesn't even
that.
like it.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I want to see a little bit of change, right? We have a lot of, like, the Innova stuff. You asked me 3 years ago when I first started playing disc golf, and I found Makos. I was like, oh, these are sick. And then I started throwing harder and harder and harder. And I was like, oh, I don't like the Mako anymore. Why should anyone like the Mako? This is, like, unusable for some people, right? And some people, like, there are runs that are good. Now we see a Tour Series Mako. Like, that was kind of shocking to me. And especially with the flippier stuff from Innova, the Eagle L, the Gorgon. Like, I was like, oh, that's sick that I see the pros throwing these.
But
That's
you know
my
what they
thoughts.
didn't do? They didn't do a Tour Series Gator.
No.
Why would they?
Who knows? Maybe it's
Nobody
coming.
throws the Gator.
But no
That's
one
why.
throws the Mako either.
Dude, the Mako is one of the most popular mid ranges.
Is it?
Yes.
I've never. Everyone I've met in disc golf, I've met
Mako is one of the most popular selling mid
Okay,
ranges.
I will shut up then.
It is
Dave's got
on
me.
the equivalent with a Hex and a Buzz. When
Yes.
people are like, "Oh, what mid range should I get within this?" It's Mako Hex Buzz.
Sure.
Like Chandler will attest. Chandler has 500 Makos. He loves that disc.
I only have 12.
Okay, he has 12, but it is one of the most popular mid ranges.
It's my go-to give to a new player disc. It's the best give to a new player disc there is.
Yep. See?
I would agree with that. Okay, that's my thoughts. I'm gonna shut up before I dig my grave anymore.
I'm just saying that for manufacturers coming out with Tour Series, it's about moving as much plastic as they possibly can.
Yeah.
And by doing that, you take your most popular molds and you throw pros on them.
Sure, makes sense.
Fancy plastic.
In a new fancy. Speaking of confetti plastic.
I almost bought one.
Yeah, the Get Freaky. You do like the Get
I
Freaky
do like to
zones.
get freakies, and then I saw
Because they tend to be straighter, I feel like.
Yeah, then I saw the one that one of the ones in the used rack,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, that feels really good. So, yeah, that's all I got on that. That was my thoughts on
Yeah.
that.
It's the same thing that they did with the other thing we want to talk about. Ignore the sweatpants. They just came from work.
Come on, no shoes, no service.
No,
You want me to take my shirt off too?
Please.
Got buzzsaws in at the shop. This is another marketing
yes, this
scheme,
is.
right?
We
Is
can talk about this. I'm gonna grab it.
you have the Buzz, which is one of the biggest selling discs ever. You make a very unique, mind you, design with like the kind of overmold, making it the buzz saw in the rim. And this disc, everybody went nuts for. They sold more pre-orders than they could manufacture originally, and had to make more. And honestly, I don't love the overmold feel.
No, it feels awful
on the rim.
I think it feels awful.
And yet they sold so many of these discs because it's a unique design to a very popular mold.
If you guys look closely, it's really hard to tell on the camera. But as I drag my finger across, I'm actually getting caught on the little ledges here, especially at the bottom.
Yeah.
And it's not like
You can see it a little bit better on this one with the contrast.
big. It's not a big difference, but it is like
It is something
it
that's
is.
there.
It is sick. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It is sick.
Yeah.
It looks sick.
You know what it reminds me of? A cinnamon.
Yeah, it
The,
does.
the overmold cinnamon.
Yeah. Someone I was in here earlier today and I was talking to someone, and the profiles of a Buzz, this is not going to do it justice, and a Buzzsaw are very similar, but someone told me that the Buzzsaw feels like the least buzz they've ever felt, because this is way more round than this is.
Oh, it is.
Do you feel the difference?
Oh, way different.
Like you don't even have to like looking at it. You
Actually,
don't-
that's why I think that's why I don't like buzzes is because that's
It's so
blunt,
sharp.
That blunt, like,
it's so sharp. This is like rounder here.
yeah, it feels
It's
better.
so weird.
It does. It does. That part of it does feel better. I still don't necessarily love the overmold on them,
No.
but
Yeah.
we got buzzsaws in, and again, goes back to the whole marketing of take a popular disc, do something unique with it, and you sell out instantly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and they are in. That we got a bunch. We have 4 full racks of them out.
I'm sure he's got more.
Yeah. I want to talk about that Get Freaky Zone.
What about it?
Whose logo's on there?
Dark Horse.
Brody.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think they're gonna take off like the third most famous disc golfer at this point?
Thank you. That's.
Like,
He doesn't play that much.
No, but he's popular.
Yeah.
He has a following.
He still does tour series.
He still does. He was on Dude Perfect.
Yeah.
Like if you have somebody that has notoriety outside the world of disc golf, you can sell stuff for
Yeah.
disc golf to those people.
Yeah. These Get Freaky Zones feel really good. There are a few that are just pretty board flat, and I actually found like 5 that are like
Puddled.
deep puddle, not just puddle, but deep puddle. I almost bought one. I was tempted,
Nice.
but they are sick.
Yeah.
I also love the confetti plastic. Like it's like last year's tour series.
Yeah.
I think it just looks cool.
It
I-
does.
for me.
It definitely does look cool. Going back though, yeah, they're as long as he stays relevant on YouTube,
Mhm.
they'll never take him off because he will move plastic.
Yes, for sure. Okay, I think this is our last thing while we're flying.
Well, last thing for now.
Last thing for now.
I did have one more thing.
Okay. More discs. So, I had a chance to throw the Climo disc a few times. We have the Skyway.
The Bel Air and the Champ.
So,
Putter mid range driver, aka AVR
X, AVR something.
3. Chandler, what is the putter mold? AVR 3?
It's more like a KC AVR.
Yeah.
KC AVR.
Case-
But
Rock.
It's called the Champ.
KC AVR. Rock 3.
Faster. Rock 3.
I'm gonna call that a Rock 2. Between a Rock and a Rock 3.
So Chandler calls it a Rock 2. It's a Rock 3 mold and a Wraith.
Yeah, no,
that one is
wrong.
right.
This is wrong. Actually, this is a drive.
I would say it feels shallower to me. It feels more like a Gorgon than a Wraith.
I threw it a few times and like, it's a straight wraith
Yeah.
with like, I mean, I threw it like, hyzer, flip up, push, and baby finish. Whereas I do that with my wraith, flip up, push, and I'm getting a big dump on like my normal runs.
How do you like the plastic?
That's what I wanted to talk about.
It feels like I could have walked into a Dick's Sporting Goods and picked up this starter set.
It doesn't like the putter plastic
mean,
feels different.
That's I have not thrown these discs. I have not thrown them. However, just feeling them,
Okay,
I feel like I could go in and get a starter set, and the plastic feels very similar. Just me.
I would agree. I am a firm believer in stiff fur plastic, not stiff, but this is like way too gummy.
Yeah.
Like I'm barely moving that thing. Like I don't want to break it because I don't want to buy one. But like the Skyway and the Bel Air are just like okay, this is me barely pushing. resting my thumbs, and it just gives away.
Also feels slick to me.
It feels so slick. And I wonder if it beats in, if it gets less slick.
Yeah.
And then me and Ben had a chat about this.
Feels like DX.
You know how Paul McBeth putts with his... Go grab a Luna. Like a base plastic Luna. Paul McBeth putts with rubber blend something. This feels just like rubber. Like, this feels like I bought it off of...
The soft blend?
Don't pot it. The rubber blend.
Oh, that's the soft blend.
See, even these, like, feel different.
Feels better.
Yeah, the soft blend does feel better. The rubber blend.
No, this feels way different.
Well, hold on. Let me get there. Okay. You feel how... So, Paul McBeth putts with these Lunas. They're rubber blend of some sort. They do feel rubbery. This just feels like rubber. This feels like I pulled it off a car tire, almost.
Yeah, that's not DX actually.
But feel, like, compare those two. Like, this is a rubber blend. You can feel that. It's rubbery, but it's like there's something else in there. And then you feel that, and what does it feel like?
Crappy.
A car tire.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of how that feels.
Like, they're fine. I'm not going to be... I think, you know, for certain people they'll like this. Other people might not. Those are the... You can
These
put
are the-
with
yeah,
those.
yeah. I did. I don't.
So, yeah.
I don't mind the shape of it, but it's also just an AVR X3.
Yeah.
Or an
Not
AVR
AVR.
X.
AVR. KC AVR.
KC AVR. Well, yeah.
But, yeah, the shape isn't bad. It's...
No.
It's a beaded putter. Very similar to a KC AVR.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of hype around these, obviously, because Ken Climo's name's on them. I think a lot of people are going to throw them because of
Climo.
Climo, not because of the
they're good.
disc. Yeah. I think that
Someone found it and just played with
the
it.
Skyway is probably a good comparable Wraith. But,
Yeah, I would... Like, the driving a Wraith,
Yeah.
it is very, very similar.
Yeah.
It's an 11 speed that
It
goes
feels
straight
it feels
and forward.
shallower than a Wraith when I
Yeah.
grabbed it. It feels a little bit shallower in
Mm-hmm.
the hand feel there, but the Bel Air, I don't.
I've never
don't
been a fan of
love-
the Rock.
Yeah,
so.
I was gonna say I don't love this kind of mold in general, so my opinion on that's going to be kind of
Skewed.
yeah, but
It does feel fast, like it does fly faster than a Rock, I did notice. Like when me and
it has
Kyle
a very
played with it.
blunt, like sharp to start, but then like
Yeah.
around
And
it.
everyone's going to have their own opinions. You know, we've said this before, we'll say it again.
I definitely made that putt.
They didn't, they saw it. It's
No,
right
no,
over
they
my
didn't.
shoulder.
They didn't see anything.
But like, whatever works for you in disc golf, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So,
These Lunas feel so much better though.
mhm.
Last thing,
Yes.
Queen of the Hive events are going up on Friday when registration opens for the first Queen of the Hive here.
Mhm.
Is Team Thunderpuss events.
Okay.
There's a bunch of them. They are doing $20 off registration.
Sweet.
So if you want to register on Friday, $20 cheaper.
We're not here for that, are we?
We're not. We won't be here for the first event, unfortunately. We will be. No, it's on Saturday. We will be back.
Okay, we might have to do something with that.
My parents are in town. You might have to do something with that.
Okay, cool. I might have to do something with that.
But just wanted to throw it out there, do a little publicity for Team Thunderpuss,
Sure.
especially because we're going to be doing more women's events here in Utah,
Yep.
especially with U.S. Women's coming in 2026.
Yes.
So get out there, support Team Thunderpuss.
Yep.
All those events will help the 2026 Women's World event here. A lot of the proceeds going towards that.
Mhm.
So
And every Elevate Utah league you do will also help with that. So like, please go do your leagues, people. Like, go have fun.
yeah,
I know I'm gonna try and play tomorrow. My plans got a little skewed today, but I did get my new driver's license.
finally. Did you take the test?
Yep.
How was it? It's an open book
It's
test.
an open book test, but some of those questions are like, I feel like it's that answer, but it could be that answer.
Oh, the whole like stopping behind the railroad tracks one where it's like, is it 15 feet? Is it
If-
20 feet?
is it 50 feet? Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, well, 15 and 20 are technically correct.
And then like parking, what's the maximum distance you can park away from a curb if you're parallel parked? 16 inches, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see, exactly.
Tell that to everybody in Utah that should
Yeah.
be getting ticketed because none of them know how to parallel park.
Yeah, and then like just random stuff like that. Like
Well, it's also the like making a left turn from opposing traffic.
I didn't get that one.
Oh, you didn't get that one? That was one of the
I know
few
that one
I had.
but yeah, it's just random stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Is that all we got today? I think that's everything for now.
I think that's everything. Come and hang out in the shop. It's getting springtime. More people are stopping in. If you guys ever see us doing the podcast, come say hi. If you're ever in here,
Yeah.
don't be shy. You know.
Also, if you want to sell anything back, they are getting low on used bags.
Yes.
So, you got any old stuff sitting around and want to buy some new discs?
Yep. There was one last thing.
Was there?
Nope.
We're gonna get Chandler to sit down on camera one day.
One day.
No, he has to be a part of it.
One day.
One of these days.
All right, another shorter podcast, but that's okay. I have a concert tonight.
Until next week when Waco starts, then we'll actually be in like the full swing of disc golf.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
local tournaments will be starting up.
Yep. Lot more tournaments coming soon. A lot more news coming soon. A lot of fun coming soon. There's one trash painted disc or
Nice.
inner core left. Go buy it, Jacob. Does he throw those anymore? Okay, good.
He's got a new one that he's like.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Orange one.
Heck yeah. All right.
Till next time.
Till next time. See you guys.
For one called a leopard.